guys. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to talk all about some moisturizers that I think are great to consider if you have oily prone skin. I get many requests for recommendations on moisturizers that are oily skin friendly. So I have curated a collection of moisturizers that I know go over well, generally speaking, for people with oily prone skin. If you have oily skin, moisturizing and using a moisturizer is still a really important part of your skincare routine. People with oily skin think that if they skip the moisturizer step, then that will kind of help dry up the oiliness, or that they don't need a moisturizer. While it's true you do have a little bit more natural moisturizing factor going on in your favor, you still lose water from the skin and you still can experience dryness, fluxes in water out of the skin, and that ultimately can lead to inflammation in the skin and irritation, which incidentally can drive more oil production. And so it actually can kind of make your oiliness appear worse and be more noticeable if you stop moisturizing and don't use a moisturizer. It is a myth that your skin becomes addicted to moisturizers. That's not possible, and that it will, there are a lot of myths out there that using a moisturizer every day will make your skin stop putting out its own natural moisturizing factor, and that's simply not true. The problem with oily skin, though, is that a lot of moisturizers will feel very heavy and greasy on your oily skin, and you don't like that. It's uncomfortable. And if you have acne-prone skin, if the moisturizer is too heavy, you may find that that is irritating and subsequently drives your acne. So no moisturizer is perfect. No moisturizer is fail-proof. There's no single product that I can recommend that's going to work for 100% of people out there. The products that I'm going to talk about in today's video, though, I think are a really good starting point, and I'll point out some nuances and caveats of each one where I think it may be useful information to you. The first moisturizer is the Differin moisturizer that Galderma makes, and it's intended to be used for people who are using the Differin over the counter and need a moisturizer. It's really just intended to make it easier for them, but it's actually pretty oily skin friendly, and it is non-comedogenic. It's only $8.99, which is pretty inexpensive. It's got panthenol in it, or vitamin B5, which is a skin conditioning agent that your skin cells can actually take up and convert to active vitamin B5, and that is very nourishing and kind of helps in skin barrier function. This product does have avocado oil in it, however. Now, avocado oil generally goes over okay in people with oily skin, but you'll notice a lot of moisturizers marketed towards people with oily skin will be labeled not only non-comedogenic, but also oil-free. However, oils aren't necessarily a no-no if you have oily skin, and in fact, many people with oily skin have no issue with it. People who have conditions like seborrheic dermatitis, however, sometimes find that those conditions worsen when they use oils in their skincare. So if that's you, then you probably will not want to select the Differin moisturizer. But otherwise, it's great, and it's fragrance-free, as are all of the moisturizers that I'm recommending in today's video. So I like that one a lot, and I think it's a good choice to consider. It's pretty affordable. The second one is one that should come as no surprise to you guys. It's one that I love using myself. It is CeraVe PM facial lotion. And this product has niacinamide in it, which can be helpful for redness. It also has ceramides in it, which can help when you're suffering from an impaired skin barrier, which often is the case when we transition into winter. Our skin loses more water and our skin barrier needs a little bit more assistance. So using a ceramide containing moisturizer is a good choice. A lot of people find that this particular moisturizer stings and burns them. I would say I get that comment a fair amount. And again, that's a very individualized outcome, and there's nothing about this product that, should cause stinging, but people can experience stinging due to differences in just sensitivity. So it's one that it's kind of trial and error, unfortunately. If you want to save yourself a few bucks, Equate Beauty by Walmart makes a generic version of CeraVe PM that is likewise equally as good, and I do recommend that one as well. It's very good. Sorry, there's power washing going on outside. I apologize for that. But the fourth one is a moisturizer that I was using in the very beginning beginning of my channel and I love and I frequently go back to. I just haven't used it in a couple of years, but it is a great one for oily skin. It is Neutrogena's oil-free sensitive skin facial moisturizer. Very, very sensitive skin and oily skin friendly. It is not heavy, it is not greasy. For those of you who find that niacinamide is irritating to you, some people do run into that situation where it burns and stings. Niacinamide is not in this Neutrogena moisturizer. Niacinamide is frequently added to moisturizers because it's anti-inflammatory and it can be helpful for redness. So it's frequently added in there, but some people find it that it's irritating. The next one is one that also should come as no surprise to you, but I strongly recommend giving it a try. It is, you know, very friendly for pretty much any skin type, and that is the Vanicream Light Lotion. I love this product. It is designed for people with eczema prone skin, the whole line, who have a risk for developing contact dermatitis to things. So it's all of their products are formulated with minimal offensive ingredients, no fragrance, no dyes. And this one is really no nonsense. And I think it's actually really popular outside of the dermatology office. I think a lot of people actually really like this. And it's become a lot more popular over the past few years. And you can't go wrong with that one. That being said, like I said at the beginning of the video, no product is 100% foolproof, but this is a good one that is pretty low risk in your journey to finding a moisturizer that works well for you. The next product is one that I reviewed a long time ago for you guys and I love to bits. It's only though available to those of you in the UK. You can buy it at Superdrug, and it is the Simply Pure Hydrating Night Serum. This is fantastic. It has a little bit of lactic acid in it, I believe. Either lactic acid or glycolic acid. I'm actually almost certain it's lactic acid. Both of those are alpha hydroxy acids, which when formulated into moisturizers act as humectants. But if they're present in a higher percentage strength, they can also sometimes act as light exfoliants. In this particular product, they're functioning more as humectants. I point that out because it is a very beneficial ingredient in moisturizers, but if you have very sensitive skin, you may find that this particular product stings a little bit, and I would suspect it is because of that. Another one, though, moving along that I recommend to those of you in the UK, and I don't know if you can get this in Europe and other countries throughout Europe, but comment below. But I do know it's available in the UK. It's the Freederm Overnight Clearing Serum. I love this. It comes in a nice pump, and it is really lightweight. It's very similar, in my experience, in consistency to the CeraVe PM that we have here, just in terms of overall thickness, texture. It absorbs very well onto the skin, so you don't have that heavy feeling afterwards. This product also has niacinamide in it, so that caveat that if you are someone who finds that niacinamide stings or burns, you know, you might want to avoid this, but it can be very helpful for reducing redness and irritation. And I've really enjoyed this, and it's pretty affordable if I understand correctly. I know the Simply Pure moisturizer is cruelty-free, and I'm almost certain Freederm is, but I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But Simply Pure is cruelty-free, as is Vanicream. Vanicream is also cruelty-free. Another American drugstore moisturizer that is a good choice for people with oily skin that does not contain niacinamide or any oils is the Cetaphil Daily Hydrating Lotion Extra Dry Skin. This is wonderful, oil-free. The other thing about this product that I'll point out here, and I'll try and mention again when it comes up if it hasn't already, is that this product actually does not have any silicones in it. Now, silicones are more than fine in moisturizers. They are not a problem. In fact, I love them. I think they are fantastic ingredients. They're really wonderful in terms of smoothing out the surface of the skin and providing a nice barrier to transepidermal water loss. And they, importantly, are ideal for people with oily skin because they're not heavy. They're nice and lightweight. And so frequently when you see a moisturizer that is labeled oil-free, non-comedogenic, it often has some silicone acetone derivative in it, whether it be dimethicone or cyclomethicone. It's frequently present. Like I said, great ingredients. However, no ingredient is 100% foolproof. Somebody will find that they run into issues with the ingredient when they use it, causes them irritation, etc. So if that is you, if you are bothered by silicones in your moisturizers, consider the Cetaphil Daily Hydrating Lotion. It is free of silicones. Another lightweight, albeit more expensive, facial moisturizer that for oily skin types works like a dream is the Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra Intense Soothing Care Moisturizer. This is on the pricier side, but I do think it goes over very well with people with oily skin who do not like heavier moisturizers. Some of the other moisturizers that La Roche-Posay makes that are likewise fantastic tend to be a little bit heavier, and some people with oilier skin don't care for them. For example, they make a Toleriane PM facial moisturizer, and they have their Lippy Care balm, which is great, but very heavy. And they also have my favorite, the Cicaplast Balm B5. Those are all a lot more heavy. Those all have a heavier consistency, whereas this is much more lightweight. So for people with oily skin, this is a good one. You won't feel like you're swimming in moisturizer. But it is on the pricier side. One that I adore and is great not only for people with sensitive skin and a lot of redness. I mean, it's made for people with rosacea, but you don't have to have rosacea to use it. It's very lightweight and almost a hydrogel consistency, is Procure's Rosacare. I love this product. It also has a little bit of green tint to it. It's tinted green, which is nice because that gives some color correction for redness. It does have niacinamide in it for those of you who are sensitive to that. It also has licorice root in it, which can kind of help in brightening up areas of hyperpigmentation. Many of you have started using this and really love it. It is also cruelty-free, by the way. And there are silicones in this as well. So those of you who are sensitive to silicones know that going in. But yeah, I really have enjoyed this myself and gone through many bottles of it. And it's a fantastic moisturizer. But for people with really dry skin headed into winter, you may find that this is too lightweight, but it's still a great choice if you've got oily skin. I think you'd be well served with this throughout the winter as well. All right, and then a moisturizer that I'm currently using, which I really like, this is the DML Moisturizing Lotion. As a side note, oftentimes if you're trying to figure out if a moisturizer would be good for you and you've got oily skin, choose one that's labeled as a facial lotion. Those tend to be more lightweight than facial creams and easier to tolerate. Either lotion or sometimes gel. Gel often can be more oily skin friendly. Just, it imparts more hydration and is less heavy. And, tends to have a larger water component to it. So can actually be quite nice for really oily prone skin. This particular product does have dimethicone in it, but no niacinamide there's no oils in this either. So this is a great one for oily prone skin. This is one that myself and other dermatologists frequently recommend to people with acne who are on acne treatments and are like fighting the battle of trying to find a moisturizer. This one is typically well received, and you can't, in my opinion, it's low risk. Similar to the Vanicream Light Lotion. Both Vanicream Light Lotion and this are pretty low risk and good ones to consider. Another one that is new to me, and I've tried it numerous times and I love, and I'm really excited about this. It is a little on the pricier side. It is Cleure. This is a brand that makes fantastic products, you guys. They're all fragrance-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. I believe this one is vegan. Many of their products are vegan. This does not have any silicones in it, doesn't have any niacinamide in it. So if you are sensitive to those things, consider this one. And it also has alpha hydroxy acid in it, which, as I mentioned earlier, is a humectant. When formulated at low concentrations into moisturizers, can be very helpful, particularly for people with oily skin or just kind of removing some dullness. However, it is one of those ingredients that when you put this on your face, you may find that if you're very sensitive, it causes some stinging. So try it out. It's definitely, on the pricier side, that being said. but it is very oily skin friendly and it's cruelty free. I do have a coupon code for you guys. They gave me a coupon code to share. You can get 20% off. So I'll put it in the description box. I think it's like Dray 20 or something like that. So take advantage of that if you are curious about it. I also love their facial cleanser. They've got some great sunscreens. They also have a wonderful lip balm that I am actually currently wearing. So yeah, I've been really happy with their products, but you know, they are a little bit on the pricier side. So those are all the moisturizers that I put together for you guys that are oily skin friendly. You know, you don't necessarily have to have oily skin to use these, but if you do have drier skin, you may find that, particularly in the winter time, or say when you go to a drier climate, these may not be enough. But they are a good choice if you have oily skin and you find that a lot of moisturizers are too heavy, they feel greasy, they make you look like a shiny mess. Try these. They're much more oily skin friendly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.